I've been seeing this making the rounds, and as I said before, like I don't really care about stars, but when I see stuff like this, sadly it makes me happy now because I really want this shit to die. And I've been arguing with these fucking fatties and these reylos and the pink-haired nutsos for ever since that Force Awakens come out, and they were all just lying their ass off here, and we finally got these fuckers. So eat shit, you reylos. I mean, I knew these movies weren't profitable from the beginning. It was obvious. So let's go through this. Box office profits generated by Star Wars have fallen 2.8 billion short of covering the media giant's purchase of the sci-fi creator Lucasfilm, according to analysis of recently filed financial statements. Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion in 2012 and soon gave the green light to new trilogy of Star Wars movies, which teamed a bunch of nobodies, blah blah. As the stars aligned when The Force Awakens, the first film in the series, released in 2015, according to industry analysts, it grossed a staggering $2.1 billion, causing Disney to commission 2 spin-off movies as well as sequels. Yeah, that all went downhill. In 2019, The Rise of Palpatine, the third installment, hauled in around half as much at the box office as The Force Awakens, though the series soon had a renaissance just a few weeks before the COVID-19 going on about Mando is the only thing that they ever had that was worth a damn, and they ruined it. They should have left Mando where he gave Luke the kid. They totally ruined it. They blew it. They had all that goodwill and everything. It was I hate to say it, that was fucking awesome, but they ruined it. We had Luke taking the kid, and what do we get? We get Luke being an asshole to the baby and forcing him to choose, and then the baby is like, well, fuck off, and then he Ubers the baby back. He couldn't even be bothered to fly the X-Wing back with the baby. He just had R2 Uber him off. I'll never forget that, man. That was fucked. I was totally fucked. I'm like, wow, man. You can't even be bothered to bring the baby back to Mando. You just throw him in that X-Wing and tell R2 to Uber his ass back. That was really shit, man. Photos of the cute character went viral because of Yoda, the baby and all that. Audiences awarded The Mandalorian a 92% rating on review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, while critics went further with the score. Mando was good. I did like that show up to the part where he gave it to Luke. It's after that. I mean, why was the end of the Boba show the Mando show? That was fucking stupid. And then when you get to Mando, if you didn't see the Boba Fett show, you're like, well, what the hell's this? Like, what happened? How did he get this ship? And it's just unsurprisingly was renewed for 2 other seasons, and Book of Boba Fett has garbage. Mandalorian hasn't gone into production. Is that a movie based on its 2 stars? I ain't gonna bother with that Mando movie. Let's see here. What if it's key boast? The presentation gives the impression that Disney Star Wars generated 2.9 times the return on the purchase of Lucasfilm, as that figure is presented next to a timeline of key events in the production's company's history. They include the release of Disney movies. Okay. However, buried in the fine print is the revelation that the purchase price of Lucasfilm isn't even included in the ROI calculation. Instead, it's purely based on the box office performance of the movies. Ooh. I've known this for some time. Analysts of more than 800 pages of company filings has revealed that the cost of making Disney's 5 Star Wars movies hit a total of $2.1 billion, peaking $567.3 million on The Force Awakens. However, that was just the start. Mindful, the blockbuster Disney. Okay, let's see here. credit, which gives the studio a cash reimbursement of 25% of the money they spend in the UK. Let's see. No, there's a bunch of bullshit here. Let's keep going on about Force Awakens. Force Awakens, it wasn't bad. Like I didn't. It was that Last Jedi, man. That was it for me. I was like, okay. See. Another reason is the companies often file the financial statements around a year after the period they cover. This is the latest results for Foodles were filled in December 23. Blah blah. During that period, the company spent $3.5 million, bringing the total budget of The Force Awakens to a massive $563 million. That was the budget for that movie? God damn. Salaries alone came to 22.7 mil. Let's see. Cash reimbursement. Disney has received more than $410 million in reimbursements from the UK government. Okay. The second biggest budget for 2019's Rise of Skywalker, which cost $542 million to make. At the end of the spectrum are the two Star Wars spin-offs were also made. Han Solo character. Let's see. Deducting the $475 million net cost of The Force Awakens from Disney's share at the box office leaves a blockbuster profit of $559.6 million. This is 1 point times 2 its net cost, giving Disney 1.2 times the return on its investment. The Last Jedi. Let's see here. Returns of the Jedi. How Disney made a 1.2 billion profit. They paid $4 billion for. They sold it to George for $4 billion. I know that much. I knew they didn't make the money back on that. I remember thinking that, like, if they had done The Force Awakens right and they had all of them together in one scene, that I'm pretty sure that would have made $4 billion alone. But they just fucked up, and then that whole that bullshit with Rey and all that. Just okay. The impact of this is revealed. That Solo movie. A budget of $350 million was spent on making the movie, which also got $63.2 million of its cost reimbursed. Let's see. But this is a long fucking article. Likewise, the calculation doesn't include the results of the other Lucasfilm franchises. Disney lost $134 million at the box office as Indiana Jones. Willow was canceled. Let's see. The films have rediscovered the magic formula to appeal to fans, but aren't yet. What are they talking about? They haven't had any magic for a long time. The only thing they had was Mando and Rogue One. I say Rogue One was probably the best movie out of all of them. But aren't yet a force to be reckoned with for investors. Oh, I want this shit to die. I'm glad they're losing money. But I knew they didn't make their money back on those. For them to have made their money back, the first one would have had to have made $4 billion. Because they blew $4 billion on buying the whole thing from Lucas. You know, honestly, if I was Lucas, that to me was a low estimate, man. Like, he should have sold it. If it was me, I wouldn't have sold it in the first place. But I mean, $4 billion to me seems low. Like, nothing was as good as Star Wars back in the day, except maybe Star Trek, and I'd say that's second. But I mean, he should have sold it for like $10 billion or more if he was going to really sell it. Because I think $4 billion is a low estimate. But I mean, what the fuck do I know? I'm not a stocks person or anything here. But I think all of them together probably made $3 billion or $2 to $3 billion. I know I know after the first one it went downhill, man, because that second one just that ruined everything. And then I haven't seen the third one the way through. I've only seen like towards the end scene, and I ended up turning it off. It's just so bad. It just sucks. Well, I hope we're on the way to it dying. That's all I gotta say. But I'm glad, because all these fucking reylos and these goddamn cherries like I've been fighting with that are, oh, you don't know, it made its money back. It's so successful, man. My family's, man, you know, it's my fandom, man. You know, fuck off. Eat shit, reylos. It didn't make the money back. It all sucks ass. And now we have the proof. Enjoy your golden turd on your plate, you fucks. All right, let's get the outro here. Absolutely disgusting. I just really hope this shit dies. I'm glad that they finally turned on these bastards and said, oh no, they didn't make the money back. Normally they'd be like, oh yeah, Star Wars is this huge thing and it's awesome and all this. This is the first honest thing that ever. Oh, you know, let's play this while we're here.
Really focused on making sure we have some of the best entertainment in the galaxy on board. One of which I'm so excited about is this pop star who is known throughout the galaxy for all...
Non-descriptive, just unisex, and I was looking up Latin names. So like, this
performer just came out of nowhere. It was incredible.
Let's get you back to the launch pod in your home planet.
Sounds great.
All right.
There you go. There's your modern Star Wars. See you next time.